Hello everyone, today I will talk about investing in the foreign markets. This was a request by a subscriber from overseas. The main goal of this video is to provide you some insights into the quirks that come with global investing. And then the video will also provide you links, well, not the video, the presentation, which I'll make it available in the video description. Feel free to get yourself a copy. So the presentation is going to provide you links to resources that can help you get started in researching global markets so that you can do your due diligence before maybe investing in global markets, right? So that's going to be the whole theme for this video. If you're new to the channel, welcome to Buzz Crimson. My name is Shakib. This is a personal finance channel, so if you're trying to be financially savvy, you can start right here by subscribing. All right, let's start the discussion. All right, so why invest in foreign securities, foreign markets? Portfolio diversification. Simply put, you don't want to put all the eggs in one basket. It's a great way to make sure your exposure is not 100% in your own home country. And another reason why people consider investing in foreign markets is because a lot of especially if you live in the US, a lot of the other foreign countries are growing at a faster rate, and investing there is a great way to tap into the growth. And then just in general flexibilities. If things are not going well in your home country, you can always just increase your exposure to other foreign countries. Yeah, it's very similar, but I think it just provides you more flexibility so you're not just tied to your home country. All right, so there are 4 things we'll go over: allocation size, markets, downsides, and ways to invest. Well, actually, I wouldn't call it downsides. These are just things that you need to be aware of if you invest in overseas. All right, so allocation size, if you look into a lot of the financial advisors, they'll tell you to invest somewhere between 5 to 25%. That's pretty much, that's probably a gold standard for people living in the US. If you live in a country where the economy is not that great, then maybe if you can invest overseas and you can invest in countries like US or somewhere else which has a market better than your home country, then maybe you can have higher allocation. But that's the whole allocation size idea in a nutshell. Markets. There are many markets. Actually, let's go over the market. I have slides for that. You need to figure out which markets you want to invest in. For most investors, you can just finish this research in 5 minutes. For average investors, you can just finish this research in 5 minutes by just knowing, okay, I don't want to look into all these countries. I just want to invest in this one country specific, and then just call it a day by finding some ETFs or mutual funds that has exposure to that country. But if you want to do everything manually, you can look into exchanges, find out which country has the best exchange in terms of liquidity and offerings. You can find GDP. You can look into the fastest growing economies. Then you can look into stability. This really matters because if you notice in all these countries, they are growing really fast, but they're also relatively low. They're high in the fragility index. For example, let's say Sudan. Okay, South Sudan. Okay, it's right here, Sudan. See how it's relatively red, and the more red it is, the more fragile or unstable it is. So you have to just be aware of your appetite for risk. And then economic sectors, you can find out which sector has the highest weight in their GDP for each country, and then go even farther by diving deep. For example, we're looking at Afghanistan. It's agriculture. Agriculture is the biggest. No, services is the biggest. So you can look, then search Afghanistan services and see what kind of services that they provide. I mean, what kind of services, what's in their services sector, and then it'll help you to understand if you want to invest in Afghanistan, you can look there. It's just to narrow down your research. Yeah, so hopefully if you want to learn more about foreign markets, you can utilize these links. Downsides, these are not downsides, these are just quirks. Fluctuations, simply put, it's foreign. If you are investing outside of your home country, it's a foreign country, so it's subject to the political situation, social, economical, currency, religious, everything is exclusive to that country where you invested. So you just have to know about it, and that matters. That really matters because your investment will be heavily impacted by these factors. And then taxation, very simple. You're going to be taxed in your home country and in the country where you invested. And then currency risk is very important for large investors. I don't think it'll be that important for smaller investors or average investors. Even for me, if I have a decent amount of investment in foreign markets, personally, I don't care enough to hedge against it, the risk, currency risk. But I'll cover this, cover this very briefly here. So let's go over an example. As a U.S. investor, I invest in Japan. Let's say nothing happens in terms of dollar and Japan's currency, and my investment does well. Then I'm gonna make profit. The profit will be, my income will be taxed over in Japan, and it will be taxed in the U.S., and then that's it. I get post-tax profit. If dollar weakens, then and yen stays unchanged, then my gain will be reduced. If dollar weakens, then it's going to help me out because my profit will translate to more money when I bring the money here. If dollar strengthens, then my money will be less when I bring it over from Japan. There is a super high profit scenario where if my investment goes well and dollar weakens and yen strengthens, then my gains will be it's just going to be enhanced because my money will go farther here when I bring it, and then my money's value over there is also increased. So it's just win-win situation. So there are many combinations based on the two currencies and your investment. You can figure it out if you want, but for most investors, it doesn't really matter. But I can tell you what they do. If someone invests a lot in foreign markets and they really care about currency risk, let's say I anticipated that, Japanese currency is going to take a hit. That will not do well for my investment. So I can hedge by investing in inverse currency ETFs. What that'll do is that'll reduce my risk that will result from decline in Japanese currency. You can also do the same using futures, forwards, and many other things. It's just not worth the work for most investors. Ways to invest. Easiest way to do is invest overseas ETF. You can do global mutual funds. Actually, the easiest is robo-advisors. Like in the US, you have like Betterment, Wealthfront. I know in Canada, there's Wealthsimple. You can just give them your money, tell them your risk profile, and they will invest it for you. That's just That's the simplest way you can do it. Now, I'm going to show you now how to find ETFs that has exposure to the foreign country of your choice. Let's do all these. I generally go to a website called ETF Database. You can go here and go to Tools and search Country Exposure Tool, and then you can search something like India. There are 200 ETFs that has exposure to India, and you can then find what you need exactly, right? So let's see. Yeah, I mean, this one is the ETF is literally called India, Wisdom Tree India, so it's gonna have really high exposure. But here's one that looks like a very good choice. In this one, so whenever you're looking into ETFs, make sure you know what's inside the ETF. Remember, they're a basket of securities, so you need to make sure you know what's in the basket. So go inside the ETF, fact sheet. Okay, so it's issued by State Street. There it is, top country weights. So this ETF is an emerging markets ETF. So it has a lot of countries that are growing fast, relatively fast, and they're strong. Okay, so China, Taiwan. So if you want to invest in countries like China, India, Brazil, this is a really good ETF because those have really high weight in this ETF. But yep, that's how you find, and I know this is for US, but you can, whatever country you live in, you can just search ETFs issued by all the financial institutions in your country, and then go into their website to find exposure. Just look up what's in the ETF, and then you can, from there you can find out which country they have exposure to, and that way you can get your hands on some foreign investments. All right, that is it for this video. Let me know if you have any questions in the comment section. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and thank you for watching.